Right, let's start the recording for part 3 of the live session, caripad.com with the Acer Iconia Tab A500. We're getting a bit further into our testing now. We've done the overview in part 1. We've done some performance testing and browser testing in part 2, and now we're going to look at video performance, camera performance. We'll of course keep checking the battery life, and we'll look at USB support as well. We've got chat going on in the background, so people will be chipping in there. We've got Ben Lang from caripad.com. He's running tests in the background. He's on Skype. He's got the Motorola Zoom in his hand, so he's paralleling what I'm doing here, and he's going to highlight any major differences that he sees. I've just been reminded in the chat session that we also need to look at PDF ebook stuff, but I'm going to take that into part 4, which won't be recorded. It'll just be for the people in the live session, because we want to rattle through a load of applications. It also gets a little bit disjointed as well. It's not so much fun to watch on a recorded session, so that'll be private to the people that are in the live session on caripad.com/live. Tune in to me on Twitter at Chippy if you want to catch up with what's going on for live sessions. We're also on Ustream, and I try and put the events up on Ustream.tv under the Meet Mobility bucket banner. Alright, let's get into it. So video performance, I've got my standard set of video files on the USB stick here. Some are also loaded onto the device, and basically I want to see if my standard set of video files work on this Acer Iconia Tab A500. If you are watching this on YouTube, bear in mind this device has been out just a couple of weeks. It's the 6th of May 2011. If you're watching it 2012, things are going to be completely different. In fact, hey, if you're watching it in 2012, put a comment in. Tell me how different it is now. Right, going to go to the multimedia set of applications. I'm going to try and zoom right in here so that we can get a reasonable kind of screenshot for you there. I'll bring the camera down so that we've got it parallel. There we go. So you'll see here that Acer have built a little kind of app area here. There's 4 spaces: social, books, games, and multimedia. And memo player. So they haven't got the standard player here, the standard honeycomb player. They've got memo player, which allows you to see your books, your audio, and your video. Now I'm going to go to the video, and going to have a look at all videos, and we'll see what we can play. Now I've got a big selection of stuff here from Windows Media Video, and I think we should start off with Windows Media Video HD, 720p. It's about a 6.5 megabit per second bit rate, and that can't be played. This is not good news. Was my experience earlier today, and it surprised me a lot. Let's go on to something a bit more complex that I maybe wouldn't expect to play. It's an MKV container, H.264. I believe it's around 2 megabits per second, H.264, with an AC3 soundtrack. Video kann nicht wiedergegeben werden. That means it can't be played. I'm running a German version of the OS here. That plays on a Galaxy Tab, as does the Windows Media Video file. Let us just go to this file. And I don't even know which this one was, but that one can't be played either. What else have we got? That one can't be played. So what I do have here is a video taken from my I think it was from my trying to remember which. I think it was from my N82 actually. So it's probably a fairly basic VGA quality video that plays. So that was that. Let me have a look to see if there's anything else on here that's even being picked up. There's not a lot being picked up at all. I have a lot of files on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to the file manager, and we'll have a look at them in the file manager and see if we can pick them up through the file manager. So we're going to go to USB storage. I have them in. This might not be a surprise to a lot of you, because the zoom, and Ben will be able to confirm this in the background, the zoom is in a similar position. It doesn't play a whole load of files. Let's try DivX. This is called bodyrockers.avi. It's DivX inside. It doesn't play. It doesn't even recognize the AVI extension. This is a 1920 H.264 file with a .mov extension, .mov. That's not working. This is another .mov file at 500 kilobits, a very simple H.264 640 by 480 file. It's not liking that as well. What I'm going to do is change the file name extension from .mov to .mp4. MP4 to try and kind of get it to go for it. No, it knows .mp4, but it says it can't be played. Now, that to me is very poor indeed, and people in the chat room are also saying similar things. The point is that I think on the Galaxy Tab, all of those files played. So what Samsung did to the core build of the software is they included the codec support and the container support, and that really adds value and turns it into a nice media player. What's happening really with these early Honeycomb devices, and I believe the same is for the Zoom, the same is for the Transformer, and Sasha in our podcast on Meet Mobility today said that he couldn't play a lot of files over DLNA, is that, as someone's just mentioned in the chat, Android 3 is just not ready, and there hasn't been enough time for the manufacturers to put these extra layers in. Now, video to me, and I know if we compare it to the iPad, that is also similarly restricted in the type of formats that it can play. There are workarounds. There are software players that can play many different formats, but if you want to enable the hardware decoding, which is the method that will allow you high bitrate conversion at low battery usage, i.e. the most efficient and sensible way to do things, is not currently there. The subsystem is not currently there right now. So someone mentioned in the chat room there, that's where Arcos shines. They do shine. They have worked extremely hard, and I don't know if people realize how hard it is to get the multitude of codec, audio type and container support that's out there. There are literally tens and tens and tens of thousands of combinations of codec, of levels within the codec, resolutions within the codec, audio types within the codec, audio bit rates, video bit rates, and then containers, extension names. It is an absolute nightmare. Arcos do a very good job. Samsung have done a very good job. Let's see what happens with the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1, which is out next week. Someone in the chat room was telling me that they're going to pick one up on Monday in Germany, and I'll be very interested to see how Samsung have got on with that. If they have that support in there, it's going to be a real advantage for the Galaxy Tab 10.1. Right. Someone mentioned the Iconia A101. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be the same in the Iconia A101. What is the standard support for Honeycomb? I think it's H.264 base profile, and I think it's H.263 as well, which is the old MPEG 4 Part 2, like DivX or XVID style MPEG 4. So it will support some codecs, of course, just only the standard ones. I'm not even sure that has the new Google codec support in it for can someone tell me what that new codec is that they're proposing, the open source codec? Anyway, so let's have a look at the camera and see if we can record some stuff, and then we'll play that back on the video player. So camera, I haven't actually had a look at this yet. Let's just switch the cam. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of stuff I've installed here. Camcorder. Let's have a look. It's the standard UI, which isn't so bad. So it's got the kind of rotary controls on the right hand side here. We've got a 5 megapixel camera. We're in, I wouldn't say a very low light area, because I've got a couple of very big daylight lamps here. And what I'm looking for here is autofocus. It's not continuous, but if I press the shutter release, that should trigger autofocus, and there is no autofocus on here. That's doing video. Let me switch to camera. That was doing video. Oh no, don't want that one. Camera. Okay, that's going to switch. Now let me try that again. So yes, it's autofocus. Let's try that again. So it's pressed to autofocus, and you'll see it. God, it doesn't look like a very good autofocus, or at least it hasn't got a very. It's not very. Doesn't work very closely. Let's try again. It doesn't even look like it's working, to be honest. It's attempting to autofocus. I'm going to try it on this. It seems to be missing it. Let me review that. Is it autofocusing properly or not? I don't know. Doesn't look. Looks like it could just be a plastic lens that's making it look out of focus when it's not. So it does have autofocus hardware on the lens. The video is not using autofocus at all, not even pre-focus. Although I'm just going to test that to see if I can get any autofocus going there. No, it's fixed depth of field.
Chippy, check the focus mode in the settings.
Okay.
Right there on the dial, it's it should be the bottom dial item. Looks like a wrench on mine, but it might be different on yours.
So look, video quality high, color effect, auto white balance, flash off. Where's that going to be then, Ben?
Mine's at the bottom. It doesn't look like yours is the same. It looks like a wrench.
There's no settings.
Sorry. You're in,
yeah,
you're
I'm in
recording.
video. Let me go to camera. There we go. So, focus mode automatic. Okay, continuous, unendlich. So let's go back from there. We should see that then. So is that, what does that mean? Does that mean okay, so it was on autofocus mode. What's the option you have on the zoom there, Ben?
I've got auto, infinity, and macro.
I've just got auto and infinity, which infinity you'd use on a landscape, obviously. There's nothing else here. Yeah, it does do geotagging as well. So I've seen some. Let me just check for the classic error, and that's: is there a bit of plastic still over the lens? No, I don't think there is, but it does look like the lens probably could do with a little bit of a clean, to be honest. You know, I think already on some of the reviews, people have said, you know, this is not going to be that exciting for as a camera, as a video camera, and in fact, using these big devices as cameras and as video cameras can be a little bit awkward, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Very silly trying to wield one of these, taking photos or even video. But to be honest, I've always had some issues with autofocus on Android devices. It doesn't seem to be very. It doesn't get it very sharp in comparison to iOS devices.
Right. Yeah. Well, you saw the N8 being used as the focus object there. That's my camera of choice right now, and that's a beauty when it comes to focusing and quality. So anyway, let's just quickly run a video there, and we'll quickly play that, but just to prove that it will do a video and play it back in the video player. So let's have a look. We are recording. No indication of what's left in terms of time. There's the chat session. It's fixed focus. It doesn't focus very closely. That'll do. And we'll go to the player and play that back. Audio quality sounds terrible. Don't know whether I can actually see the actual details of that file. It is 3GP, .3GP. Why would it record in .3GP?
Did you check to make sure that it is set to record in 720? Sometimes you get them, and by default they're set to low.
Yeah, but we
quality for some reason.
couldn't find any settings for that, could we? Video quality is set to high. I dread to think what low is like. 3GP indicates very low quality to me. It's like, you know, H.263. I don't know. Someone will be able to correct me, but the 3GP container is not associated with high quality video, right? All right, let's move on from the camera. The front-facing camera is 2 megapixels, and I'm guessing that that's good enough for a video chat. Is Skype enabled with video chat already? I don't think it is it?
I don't know, but we could test the Google. Does Google Talk have video yet on here?
We could do that, yeah. Or is it? No, it's coming, isn't it? It's not in. It's not actually.
They announced it for 2.3 devices, but I think it is already built in.
You think you're right? Well, let's talk. I should be able to see you straight away. Yeah, video and voice chat is there. How do I see?
Let me hop on
other
here.
people? Ah, there we go, Ben. Let's see if we can do a little video chat. Let's see if that works. See what the quality's like. There you go. I can see you're available for video. I'm going to hit the video button. It's calling you.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, okay. It's going for
That's
it.
quick.
Hey, there's Ben.
Hey guys.
Man, you know what? That's, I think, the first time I've ever seen your face. How long have we been working together?
You know.
There he is. So the quality's not that brilliant, is it? Now.
Yeah, it looks like I can zoom in on my face if I want. I guess to fix shakiness, there's a little bar there. But pretty much, I don't see a lot of other options. Let me see what works this way.
Oh, okay, it's switched to portrait. So there's this kind of... Oops, he's gone.
I think that might be because I went into chat.
It's on pause. So it kind of works, but... oh, let me try the different camera.
Oh, it was easy. That was pretty cool. Just hit the button, goes.
So you're now looking at the back camera. Any difference in quality?
On my end, it's. I mean, you can probably see it too, but it's not the best. It's pretty darn blurry here.
Yeah.
I couldn't. If I didn't know that that's an Iconia tab on the box there, I wouldn't be able to read it.
Oh, okay. That's not good. Cool. Good. All right. Cheers, Ben. That's enough of your face. Now let's come out of that and let's just go status. Not available. Good. So Google Talk video is working. So video camera. Let's do a battery life check, of course. And that, again, we were having a fairly hefty session there. 77% left. So we lost another 10%, and that is now 2246.
Have you looked into the battery section in the settings? It's really nice on Honeycomb.
No, I haven't. Let me have a look at that. Oh yes, it's got things like history of use of various components of the device, right?
Yep.
Let's have a look. Where is it? It's under about the tablet.
It might be under display actually.
Display, that makes sense. Status.
Yeah, about tablet battery use.
There it is. Okay. So it's got yeah.
If you click on the graph up there, it'll actually expand that and show you the different bits that are running.
Oh, nice. I like it. So we've had the wireless LAN on all the time. We've had the screen on pretty much all the time.
Yeah, you should switch that to the Iconia view, so I guess people can see what we're looking at here.
Sorry, on the wrong camera. There you go, folks. There's the. Let's just go to the overview of battery usage, showing display 80%. And you know, this is the big problem for ARM. Once CPUs go below the 1 watt TDP value, the display and the wireless LAN become the most significant battery drains across the whole platform. Display and the CPU here are taking in total 86% of the battery, with the OS taking 2%. I mean, that's nothing. It's all about this display. And you know, there's no display that's exclusive to ARM. What if Intel bought a fantastic display technology?
What if Pixelkey actually developed screens that shipped with real devices?
I'm always given up thinking about them. Qualcomm with their what's the name of their kind of color e-ink display? What is it called? I've forgotten what it's called now.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah. They also have a nice product. Pixel Chief's been taking way too long. Way too long. Oh, I've gone all blurry. I hope that refocuses. Right. So that is 1 hour and 13. So 73 minutes on 33%. So it's 145, 220. Is that right? Something like that. 220 minutes in total. No, that's wrong. No. It's not 33%. It's something I have to get my calculator out for. It's 30. It's 30%. All right. So it's going to be 3.5 times 73 minutes. So we're on for like 6-7 hours still. USB support. So let's do that quickly. Let's show you, throw a few devices in and see what we can get in terms of USB support. Yeah, I have someone mentioned in the chat room there that the screen looks kind of weird. You know what? I think there's a fairly low refresh rate on the screen. I don't know if you're experienced. You're driving along at night and you have a car in front of you that's got LED lighting, and you kind of move your eyes around, you can see it pulse across your eyes. You know, if you move this device in a dark room very quickly, you can see the same sort of effect. And I think you're seeing that on over Ustream. I think you're seeing how the refresh rate is not so high on this. Now, I'm not sure if that people will really notice that. They might do now. I've mentioned it, but there may be something there. There may be something there that's going to affect ebook readers. If it's not such a smooth experience. And I'm sorry about the contrast on the video. It's compressed out of almost all existence, to be honest, so I can't really use Ustream to determine the contrast of the video of the screen, but it is very good. It's a very high-res screen. Oh, let's have a look at the viewing angles. It's said to be a high viewing angle screen, and it is. It's not your typical netbook LCD screen. There's really no vertical drop off, which is really nice, and side drop off to 40 over maybe 160 degrees in both directions is very good.
Yeah, zoom is great as well.
Yeah, they seem to have cracked that problem now, which is really nice. So you've seen the USB stick working. There it is. I've been using that with the videos. There doesn't seem to be any sort of eject facility for the USB stick on this. But let's stick in now a keyboard. This is the Samsung Q1 keyboard from the old Samsung Q1 UMPCs. And so keyboard is plugged in, and we can now just type Skype, and that brings up matches in terms of Google search results, and it also brings matches in terms of applications on the right. So the keyboard's working, and a keyboard is a really good way to actually kind of fire apps up. So if I just type Sky, Google Sky Map is there, and that's really nice. The thing is, and I don't know how this is on the Zoom, is there? I expect there to be a mouse pointer.
Are you talking about on the Zoom?
Yeah. Do you have a mouse pointer if you plug in a mouse? Can you plug in a mouse?
There's no full-size USB, so you can't plug in a mouse, can't plug in a keyboard.
Oh, right.
And unfortunately, don't have a Bluetooth keyboard or mouse to use right now.
Right. Well, I was kind of expecting the mouse to work, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if I've mistaken. Maybe there is no mouse support under Honeycomb, but I was pretty sure the transformer was mouse capable. I'm pretty sure it has a touchpad, right?
Yeah, it has a touchpad, but that may, I guess, be added by
Asus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try another USB mouse?
I have one here. I've tried it. It didn't work.
I'll take a look and see if there is mouse support for Honeycomb natively.
Thanks.
Give me a minute.
So let me just show you that the keyboard is working now. I'm just going to type away. This is a test of the emergency blogging system. Please hide your daughters. So that's working really nicely. Oh, there you can see the new cut and paste feature on the input fields. So that's kind of nice. Let's zoom out again just to show you that again. That's the tab with a keyboard. This is a USB keyboard. It should have Bluetooth keyboard support as well. Maybe only Bluetooth mice work, I don't know. This has an integrated USB hub and a mouse in here, and a mouse pointer on this, but it doesn't seem to be working. But the keyboard is working nicely. The F buttons don't do anything, of course. They're not supported in Android, but you have got the touchscreen there as well. Does the delete button, escape button works as back button? And let me just show you the USB mouse. Nothing. I've got no mouse, nothing here at all on this little standard USB mouse, which works on every other device that I have. So
maybe it's not USB mouse support, but maybe only Bluetooth mouse support.
Could be. I don't like that as a
well.
If you're at home, it doesn't really
Bluetooth
matter.
Mouses aren't connecting to the Zoom, which is weird because I swear I've seen Android 2.x devices with people hook up Bluetooth mice and they get a cursor, no problem, right?
Yeah.
The Bluetooth file transfer experience is actually really cool once you get devices paired through Honeycomb, but it's unfortunately really slow.
Not on this one. I was doing Bluetooth transfer earlier on this, and I can can demonstrate it now. Let me take a picture and options, send.
Try a video.
Bluetooth.
That was how I was getting stuff to and from a phone and over Bluetooth to it, to try to do the video editing. So pictures, are obviously can be pretty snappy, but video was taking quite a while.
Yeah, well, that's simply the bit rate that you're sending over. Sorry, the amount of data you're sending over. There's a probably an 8 or 12 megapixel picture gone over right now. It's probably 1.5, 2 megs. If I go to the gallery, we can actually see how much that was. But anyway, it's working as I expected. Works as fast as the Galaxy Tab. This is only Bluetooth 2.1, so there's no high-speed Wi-Fi transfer on Bluetooth 2.1, which is a shame. In fact, actually, I haven't seen any Bluetooth 3 device do high-speed data transfer yet. I haven't had 2 devices that have been compatible so far. So it's that typical story. Bluetooth is one of those really nice concepts that often in practice doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Could be. It's almost easier most of the time to just use a USB flash stick to move stuff around when you'd think wireless would be the easiest way, but it's just so slow, so annoying to pair devices. I think they need to do work on that.
Yeah, well, 2.1 was supposed to support. No, was it 2.1? It was supposed to support near field pairing, so that you basically you say I want to pair, and then you just brush the devices together and they pair. But that was never implemented by anyone, and it was such a good idea. That's going to be the same with high-speed Bluetooth, I'm sure. You know, the Wi-Fi part of it is never going to be implemented.
Does the just out of curiosity, does the Iconia A500 have a barometer like the Zoom does?
Now, how would I test that?
I don't even know if there's any applications for it. It's just whenever Motorola ended up announcing that, everybody thought it was really obscure. Who wants a barometer in their Android tablet? But I don't know. Maybe it'd be good for a weather app.
Yeah, that's good for a weather app.
I'm gonna search the market, see if.
That's good for weather and height as well. You get height based on barometer, or at least change in height based on barometer reading, rather than relying on GPS. Let's see if I can find a compass.
If you look into Quadrant about device, I think it lists all the sensors.
Okay. Let's do that. It's damn so easy than trying to find an app.
Yeah.
Quadrant, where are you? I have basic Quadrant here, the free one. Is it supported in that?
Let me double check. Yeah, I think if you hit System Information, all the way at the bottom, it will say all the sensors.
System Information. You got it. Right.
Yeah.
So we have rotation, linear acceleration, so that's the accelerometer, gravity, that's the accelerometer, gyroscope, so it's actually got the proper you can measure rate of change of angle of the device, which is kind of cool. Magnetic field, that's the compass, right. Ambient light center, and orientation. I don't know, that's part of the compass, I guess.
Yeah, mine is listed here as the BMP085 pressure sensor.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have that.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
But not a big loss, considering I don't think there's any applications that use it at this point.
You never know. Once you start using it, you might think, "Oh no!" Your next device, there'll be some crazy app that will yeah. I don't know.
Auto post Twitter to your changing air pressure.
Yeah. All right, let's close down this part of the review, which is part 3, and thanks, man, for joining us on this bit, and thanks to people for watching us on YouTube. Thanks for people in the chat room. This is the last of the recorded parts of the video that you'll find on YouTube. We're going to do more on the live session. We're going to do application testing, and watch out on carrypad.com over the next few days. Watch out on umpcportal.com. Also, we're going to be writing up our thoughts and doing more testing. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.